Dr. Jewel Hart was a quiet and thoughtful psychologist who spent her days helping others cope with pain she herself had never healed from. Since childhood, she had carried the trauma of her mother's mysterious suicide, found in a bathtub with broken glass around her and a mirror shattered beside her. Jewel had blocked out most of it, but the strange details, the humming, the whispers, the mirror still haunted her. Her husband Lucas always supported her, though even he couldn't understand the darkness she sometimes slipped into. One rainy evening, Jewel began sessions with a new patient named Mira. Mira looked drained, terrified. She spoke softly, claiming she was being haunted by a ghost. Not just any ghost, this one whispered through mirrors, appeared in corners of her room and knew her name. At first, Jewel thought it was a case of psychosis or deep anxiety, but Mira's descriptions made her freeze inside. The voice, the words, the presence, it was too familiar. Mira said the woman whispered lullabies, the same ones Jewel's mother used to sing. Jewel kept her emotions hidden, trying to stay professional, but each session felt like staring into her past. Over the next few days, strange things began happening in Jewel's own home. She would hear humming near the bathroom mirror. She caught her reflection moving a split second too late. Her dreams were filled with dark hallways and her mother calling her name from behind mirrors. Then came the news that shattered her. Mira was found dead in her apartment. Suicide, same method as her mother, bathtub, broken mirror. Jewel was shaken. It couldn't be coincidence. Something connected them. That night, when she went into her office alone, she found Mira's final session notes had been tampered with. Someone or something had written on them in faint blood-red ink, "She is watching you too." Jewel began to believe the ghost wasn't just Mira's, it had followed her, or worse, had always been with her. Desperate to understand, Jewel looked through her mother's old belongings stored in the attic. Hidden inside a dusty box was a small mirror covered in black cloth. Beneath it, a note in her mother's handwriting, "Do not uncover it, she waits inside." But Jewel, trembling, removed the cloth. The mirror didn't show her face. It showed the bathroom where her mother died. And in the background, a pale woman stood staring, smiling with eyes that weren't alive. Suddenly, Jewel's reflection began to move on its own, mouthing words Jewel hadn't spoken. Her husband Lucas found her screaming on the floor, the mirror shattered, her arms scratched with words that weren't hers. "Let her in." Lucas tried to help her, but Jewel was obsessed. She realized every woman in her family line had either gone mad or died under strange mirror-related circumstances. This ghost wasn't just haunting, it was inheriting. Passing from mother to daughter, it fed on trauma, on memory, and it wanted Jewel next. In the final terrifying twist, Jewel returned to her office to destroy the last mirror, but found Mira standing there, pale, smiling, eyes empty. Only, it wasn't really Mira. It was a hollow shell, a puppet for the entity. As the lights flickered and shadows twisted around the room, Jewel realized she could not run. She could only confront it. And she did by taking the mirror and smashing it completely under the full moon, screaming her mother's name and rejecting the entity's control. For a moment, silence returned. The humming stopped. But when Jewel looked in the shard of broken glass, she saw not her reflection, but the face of her mother, whispering, "You were never alone." The screen goes black. Jewel survived, but she never practiced again. Her home had no mirrors, no glass. Lucas said she would wake up whispering lullabies she didn't know, and in the reflection of a turned-off TV, sometimes something else watches her. The haunting didn't end. It only moved to the next surface, waiting. Because this was not a ghost. It was something older, something inherited, something always just behind the glass.